Luka scores 44 in 3 quarters, but the Lakers still have plenty to clean up before the Knicks on Sunday. That's next.
You are Locked On Lakers, your daily Los Angeles Lakers podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Thanks to everybody for making Locked On Lakers first listen of every day, Monday through Friday, sometimes on weekends, even on holidays, and now generally more than once a day, no matter how where you get your podcasts, whether you're getting it through Apple, Spotify, maybe you're one of the 37,000 plus subscribers to Locked On Lakers on YouTube. No matter how you're doing it, you're making the Locked On Podcast Network the number one sports podcast network anywhere on this planet or any other. I'm Brian Kamenetzky with Andy Kamenetzky, a long time covering the Lakers, nearly 20 years with ESPN, the LA Times, the Athletic, veteran podcasters even, Andy. The Lakers win against Indiana at home. They kind of cruise. 128-117 is the final score. Luka Dončić, the headliner here, basically put the Lakers on his back early and made sure this game didn't get away. Scored 44 points in 3 quarters. Did not have to play the fourth, which was very nice, given the Lakers coming off the second night of a back-to-back, Andy, and of course, with a very challenging game Sunday at the Crypt against the Knicks. So all in all, you know, it's not going to get people to stop worrying about stuff, but all in all, the Lakers did what they needed to do, and Luka was certainly spectacular.
Yeah, we'll get into the specifics with Luka. I thought this was just a really strong game from Luka, a really entertaining, like, showmanship game from Luka. I thought on the defensive end, it was actually a really good game from Luka. Like, he just played very well on the second end of a back-to-back with the Lakers shorthanded. No LeBron James because of the elbow issue that he incurred late against Denver on Thursday. No Deandre Ayton because of the knee soreness that he incurred early in the loss to Denver. And the Lakers actually, during the first quarter, did not start out this game great. They fell down by as much as 15 before things eventually stabilized. They went on a few sustained runs that created some separation. And as you would guess, given that Luka put up 44 in 3 quarters, a lot of those runs were very specifically fueled by Luka. Case in point, he had 22 points in the first quarter. He scored or assisted on 10 out of 12 Laker baskets, scored on 7 of them, assisted on 3 of them. Like, he really was. There were some other good performances in this game, but Luka really was the primary driver. And again, he put on a hell of a show in this game.
He did. And look, Indiana's a bad team. And, you know, but they play hard. You got to give them credit for that. They do play hard. And the Lakers, I agree with you, did not look particularly sharp early in this game. They, turned the ball over, some loose possessions, missed some easy buckets.
Marcus Smart began this game looking like he was trying to set the NBA record for turnovers.
Yeah, like who's to say he wasn't?
He had back-to-back sequences where first he turned the ball over, essentially trying to go behind his back and tripping over himself. I don't know a better way to put it. And then the next trip down, I guess this isn't a turnover in the box score, but it is functionally a turnover. He got a steal and then pulled up for 3, 1-on-3 on the break, and did not connect. Indiana
might as well be.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, you go through and, in addition, like you mentioned, the in addition to Luka's 44.
It was a good game for Smart, by the way, overall. I'm just
it was.
talking about
and there were a lot of solid performances in this game. Jackson Hayes starting for Deandre Ayton, who was injured. It should be noted, the Lakers played this game without LeBron, Deandre Ayton, and Maxi Kleber. So, really with one center against a team that does, again, Indiana's not very good, but they do have some guys with size. So tough night to be short centers. But Jackson filled in nicely with 9 points, 3 of 6 from the floor. Rui moving into the starting lineup with all those people gone. He had 13 points on 5 of 8 shooting, only played 23 minutes. Again, a lot of guys got to sit. Austin got off to a really bad start in terms
I'm
of
officially concerned
I'll
about
tell you
Austin.
after the break. We'll kind of set this stuff up. I'll tell
I've
you
expressed
why
some past concerns, but I am now officially in seriously what's going on territory.
I will tell you why I'm not the one when we get to the in the next segment. Why I think it's still okay. But Austin came back with a very strong second half. He was 1 of 8 in the first half, 5 of 7 in the second, finished with 19 points in 29 minutes. Luke Kennard, 6 of 9 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3-point range, continues to just light things up. He was a plus 26 in 27 minutes.
He played really well.
He is, at 7 rebounds. I mentioned this. We did the short segment at one point. I think it was sometime this week. He does a lot of little stuff. Like, he's not a big guy, but he's an actually surprisingly good rebounder. For his size. And, that is a big deal for a Lakers team that does still get beat up on the defensive glass. So anybody who's good at it is appreciated. Lakers ultimately, I would categorize this one as one where after those first couple minutes, I think they played with a decent amount of focus. I certainly think they played hard. And they got up. What was it? They were up 8 at the first quarter, 14 at the half. 12 at the half. And pushed that lead up to like 15, 16, 18, 20. Never really were threatened in any way. Indiana won the fourth quarter big, but it was garbage time.
Yeah.
It's hard to complain about the way that this game, kind of the path that this game took. Guys got to sit in the fourth quarter. They didn't let the lead get away. This was kind of what you would want against second night of a back-to-back against a lousy team.
Yeah, I have no issues with the way the game went down. I mean, as far as the overall result and big picture, I like I said, once they got past the first, half or 3/4 of the first quarter where they just did not seem particularly locked in, they did lock in, and a lot of that locking in was fueled by Luka, and they regained very strong control of the game, and they, again, never looked back, and it was only as close as it was because the third string did not shine.
No, they did not. So let's talk a little bit about Austin and his night. Look forward a little bit to the Knicks on Sunday. We'll do all that next.
Locked on Lakers is brought to you by FanDuel. College basketball is nonstop. You got the big games, tight spreads, momentum swings every single night. And from early tip-offs to late night West Coast shootouts, there's always action on board. And now FanDuel is giving you a way to turn that energy into even bigger potential wins with a college basketball parlay profit boost. You can build any college hoops parlay that you want, rivalry games, ranked matchups, those non-ranked scrappers that you can't help but love. And you can mix spreads and totals, player props. You can go safe, you can go bold, or you can just ride with the team that you've been following all season, or maybe you and your family have followed your whole lives. It's your parlay. It's your style. And now with more upside behind it, plus you can apply the profit boost and instantly bump up the payout potential. Head to FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com. FanDuel, play your game.
Locked on Lakers, also brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. Welcome to the 5 Hour Energy Flavor Draft. With 18 flavors to choose from, including new options like confetti craze, fruity rainbow, or cotton candy, there's something for everyone. The board is set. The flavors are ready. I've got my number one pick for the 5 Hour Energy Flavor Draft. Andy, do you want to guess what it is? It's sour apple. The apple that bites back. It's a crisp, tangy taste. It's deliciously tart. It's bold. It's a little sweet and a lot sour. It's kind of like me. So I am excited about sour apple.
But enjoyable. It's like you, but enjoyable.
Well, sour. Some people like peach mango. I've heard people like letting tropical burst move up their draft boards. Not me. I'm locked in on sour apple. So, take that, tropical burst. This is one of these deals where you really can't go wrong, though, with any pick that you make. It is a high floor, high ceiling draft, no question. Gives you all the boost you need with zero sugar. More innovative flavors coming. So, if for some reason, Andy, the 18 flavors that you currently have to choose from, it's still not enough, count to 20. They're coming out with more. Find your new favorite flavor of 5-Hour Energy shots available online at 5-Hour Energy or Amazon.com.
And finally, Locked On Lakers is brought to you by Indeed. Workplace chaos, deadlines stacking up, the inbox is overflowing, and there's still a position that's sitting open that you have to fill. And when the pressure's on, you need the right hire. This is a job for sponsored jobs. Indeed Sponsored Jobs helps you reach the people who actually fit what you're looking for: skills, experience, location. So you're not just hoping the right candidate stumbles across your post. And here's a stat that says it all. In the minute that I'm going to be talking with you, companies like yours made 27 hires on Indeed, according to Indeed data worldwide. Spend less time searching, more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Less stress, less time, more results. And when you need the right person to cut through the chaos, this is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs. And listeners of this show get a $75 sponsored job credit to help you get your job the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/podcast. Just go to Indeed.com/podcast right now. Support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs.
Okay, so you were noting, Andy, that you're concerned over Austin. Go ahead and explain.
He has fallen into a pattern of very slow starts, and this has really been a thing ever since Luka's been back from the All-Star break. Austin's been off his minutes restriction and part of the starting lineup. He and Luka and LeBron, and the balance that needs to be discovered. His usage has gone down, and it has to be acknowledged, just because with the lower usage, some of his numbers are naturally going to go down. And I'm not going to hold that against Austin, but his efficiency has also been going down. His comfort level seemingly has been going down. I would have to take a look, but it has felt like his turnovers at times, or particularly in the first half, have been going up.
Maybe
the first halves,
I don't know. I'll let you know.
The first halves in particular, it's taking Austin a while seemingly to get going. Like even this game against Indiana, he really got going in the fourth quarter when, respectfully, it felt like the Pacers were kind of ready to pack this thing in. And that's really,
he got a couple. I think he started to turn around. He made a couple shots in the third.
But he really began cooking most when I think the Pacers were ready to call it a night.
Maybe. I'll tell you why. I mean, none of what you're saying is incorrect at all. I will tell you though why I'm not all that concerned yet. He's not struggling to get where he wants to go. He was 1 of 8 in the first half. That included at least 1 or 2 sort of missed layups, a couple short, little middies that he kind of routinely hits. I'd be more concerned if, and this was against Nembhard often, who is a good defender. They've got guys who play hard, and can defend a little bit in that back court. And I didn't see Reaves struggle to get the shot that he wanted. He just can't make them. And don't get me wrong. It's important for the ball to go in. But Austin, I think when he struggles most, it's when sort of big physical guys can prevent him from getting where he wants to go. And I'm not really seeing that necessarily so much as a guy who is missing a lot of shots. So I would expect some of the shot making to kind of have a positive regression. But it's something to keep an eye on. I don't think you're an alarmist for officially being worried. I'm just not there yet. I think it's fine. And I also think with let's say LeBron missed 5 games, and it doesn't appear that he's going to. It appears he'll play on Sunday.
Yeah, which is a good thing.
That's a great thing. I want Ayton back. I want everybody back. They need all the players. If it lasted a long time with like Austin getting a lot of usage, I do think there's sort of the cutting of his usage when they have everybody back has been problematic. He's a guy who thrives, I think, with more touches, more use, all that stuff. If it continues, if he can't make these little floaters and mid-range shots and all that stuff, we'll see. But not there yet.
Okay.
What do you think? They've won 4 or 5, but obviously the one that they lost was the Denver game, the one decent team they've played.
And a shorthanded Denver at that.
Right. And they were shorthanded, but it's like the one decent team they played. And so it follows that pattern. So now the Knicks are coming. They're playing quite well. It's a strong team. How confident are you in Sunday's game? Assuming I'm assuming that every Lakers will have at the very least LeBron back on the floor, hopefully 8.
Yeah, JJ was not as clear or confident talking before the game about Ayton. I didn't hear anything afterwards. He expressed confidence that LeBron would be able to play. So short of a setback or something like that, like it starts feeling worse.
I mean, there was a good chance,
Saturday.
even without the elbow, LeBron wasn't going to play in this game anyway. So
maybe not, but now there's an actual reason to be concerned because it's something specific as opposed to like #old. Like this.
No,
like,
I'm
right. Just saying, it's
right.
A much
you're
different
100% right. Absolutely.
Obviously, I have concerns with the Lakers playing against teams above 500. I mean, you would be Pollyanna and just telling fans what they want to hear if we were not acknowledging the struggles they've had all season against the good teams and the good quality teams and the quality of competition that they will be playing in the playoffs. Like I say this all the time. They are a good but not great team. And the reason they're not great is the flaws that they have, I think, are in particular very exploitable for the good teams around the league. So
I think that's
they really have to play with a very low margin for error. They have to really be focused on point. They have to make sure that they are often, in some respects, better than the sum of their parts. How they go about trying to slow down Jalen Brunson is going to be a big deal. How they go about keeping Robinson and Cat off the offensive glass and the glass in general is going to be a really big deal. And okay, we were talking before about Austin and the type of players that he sometimes struggles against in terms of trying to break him down. The Knicks have a bunch of players like that. Between Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby and Josh Hart, like they've got a lot of good wing defenders, frankly, that are capable of making Luka work, or making LeBron work. So this is a real test, I think, and it is a matinee game, and NBA players do not
spring forward matinee game. Andy.
I was going to say it is a daylight savings matinee game, which is something NBA players loathe. So there is a lot for them to work through in this game. It doesn't mean they can't win. I'm not saying they can't win it, but they have to play at a higher level of their game than the Knicks do to win. That much I believe.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And we'll quit here and we'll wait for this obviously marquee game. I'm kind of I sort of believe that if they can get one good win against one of these teams and just kind of it changes the quote unquote discourse around them a little bit. Like they hear it and they know it. They're perfectly aware. I think they believe they can beat these teams, but they haven't done it consistently enough.
I mean, forget the chatter. They're going to want to do it because they want to do it.
For sure. But I'm just saying, like, I just think my point being, like, the mental kind of boost that I think one win can give them. I mean, it's not a solving the issue thing. It's not a, okay, they've found the form, they've solved the problem, they click, but like just in terms of changing the POV, the game could be really important. And if you get it against the Knicks, it's good timing because the schedule doesn't get much easier. Locked On Lakers on YouTube is where you can hang out. Over 37,000 subscribers to the channel. We, of course, will be back following the game on Sunday, and we'll have all kinds of content for you Sunday evening and into Monday. We'll see everyone then. Have a great weekend.